It seems like you have been thriving. It seems like the way when I talk to you, I'm very impressed. And I guess I have a couple questions like about um like what was the main purpose for you seeking out the ayahuasca?
Um, sh- she found me. I I was in just such despair, real despair for a very long time. Um, I was in an abusive situation, and one thing that people don't realize is really good people do really bad things, and vice versa. There really is no good or bad, but one thing that was the biggest red flag that was waving all over that everybody missed was isolation. It's like that's a number one sign of abuse, and there were long periods of time. It's like I was in a room alone, and I would never have even taken those pills. But how do I get through this? And I'm really grateful that I had those pills, because it it was
Yeah.
it was beyond what, like I have this idea that, like, when you come into this human experience, you sign this contract, for lack of better words,
Right.
that you will be able to go out and live this free will life. But there's certain things that can happen to a human that breaks the psyche, and like angels or something from outside of you comes in and like takes you out. And 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 I've always valued my life, but it was just so unbearable and so alone, you know what I mean? And there were a couple times like I called suicide hotline. I was like, dude, I don't want to take my life. I have no desire. But it's like I can't live in this. I can't live in this. And it's like I didn't want to die from those pills. And thank God I hung on, and it's like I found that help. I found that help. But when I came back, this situation is just like exponentially it's continuing.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, now what I'm gonna do. So I got back. It was June of 2015 at the Temple of the Way of Light in Peru, and
Right.
then I have July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months. I'm good, but these things are going on around me.
Okay.
And in December of that year, what happened? Like all that work didn't even matter anymore. Something happened that broke my heart so bad. I called up my dude. I was like, bring it all. And I from December, January, February, March, my dad came out basically to assist my suicide. I took 2 bottles of Norco, a bottle of Xanax, 2 bottles of wine, a bottle of whiskey, and woke up the next morning in my dad's chest. So I'm meant to be here.
Yeah.
And I laid in that bed. I
Wow.
went back to bed April, May, June, and July. July of 2016, some angels came in and did a monumental rescue of old Karla Noble. And you
Wow.
know,
Wow.
yeah,
That's a miracle right there. I mean,
I'm the Walking Dead, baby.
yeah, I feel the same way, and I mean, distinctively different, I'm sure, but my story, I used heroin for 10 years and I was on methadone for 7 years, and you know how addictions get over time. They're not linear. They get exponentially worse with time. So 10 years in, all this shit is piling and I have less and less hope about the future. And I pretty much overdose, and I do die. I mean, I'm brought back to life, but um I have this ayahuasca experience, and I'm not, and like you said, these, we should be careful about, I want to be careful, and that's kind of what my video was about, telling people. I would never tell a person to do a psychedelic, but and I didn't want to do the ayahuasca either. I was the last person. My brother kept telling me, maybe you could check it out, try it out. He's trying to show me all his studies, and I was the
Mhm.
last person that wanted to hear that. But one day I was just woke up and I was just like, screw it. Like, I have no other option. Like, I'm going to die. So might as well experience it. I could, and
My
then
computer's doing something. Give me 1 second. It was doing some Adobe update thing. All right, there we go. Sorry. Carry
no
on.
problem. No problem. No, no, it's just that then I had that experience, and pretty much overnight, I stopped. I mean, it wasn't just the ayahuasca